XRP as a payments tool, particularly the way Ripple uses it for cross-border payments, you're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars that are flowing across border in a system that was really designed and built 50 years ago. I'm sure you personally have had the experience of moving money across borders, and it's slow and it's expensive. And we can and will enable much more efficient and much cheaper solutions.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of a steam engine technology, and it's not 21st century. We've talked about it on the show before. The regulation here is, to some degree, suppressing innovation. It's restricting your business, and you see others doing better around the world. Where are you on the decision, perhaps, to relocate in order to facilitate growing the business?
We absolutely want to see the United States lead in this new arena that we call blockchain and cryptocurrencies.
Aparte de que lo hackean, usan bots para pensar que es una transmisión normal, ya que como hace 5 minutos había como 10, 20 personas y ahora hay 27,000.
And I think we certainly saw that in the age of the internet 20 plus years ago, that the U.S. had clear regulatory frameworks, and that allowed investors to come in and make those investments. Today, here in the United States, we're actually out of step with some of the other G20 markets around the world. In the UK or in Singapore or in Japan, you have had that regulatory clarity.
¿Serán los mismos que hackearon a Raptor, Gamer y al Leney? ¿Será una broma de Jake? Aunque no creo, porque él nos hubiera avisado. Habrá abierto algún correo, así como le hackearon a muchos youtubers, como a Fede Lobo. Bueno, a él creo que no le hackearon por un correo, pero a Raptor sí.
I think it's a very important step in providing that clarity and that certainty here in the U.S.
Do you need that clarity before you IPO, Brad?
Down a bit, but look, it's very clear there is enthusiasm for real use cases,
for
solve real problems, and when those are scaled problems, I think you're going to see a lot of investor interest in both the crypto markets and
F por Jake en el chat.
Digital assets, XRP. I just want to give you a sense of how it's holding you back. Is it preventing you adding central banks to the platform? Is it preventing customers, particularly international companies, joining the payments network too? What specifically is it preventing at this stage?
Well, oftentimes when I'm speaking to customers and we're talking to them about our product that uses XRP in the payment flows, they will ask me about the regulatory dynamics. And we have had customers say, look, until there's clarity in regulatory frameworks, then we're going to hold off. Now, that has not been the case because of the clarity and the certainty in countries, as I mentioned, like the like the UK or the UAE or Switzerland. You do have companies in those markets saying, absolutely, we're supportive, let's move forward.
Lo único malo es de que no hablo taca-taca.
95% of our customers are non-U.S. customers, and only about 5% are here in the U.S. And people say, well, why, you're a U.S. company. Why is that? One of the dynamics is we have U.S. companies who are waiting for clarity, and the clarity really emanates from the Securities and Exchange Commission. The U.S. SEC said 2.5 years ago, almost 3 really, that Bitcoin was not a security. And then they came out about 2 months later and said that Ether is not a security. And then they stopped and instead focused their energy on some of the bad actors in the ICO market, the initial coin offering. So for us around XRP and the over 100 companies that are working with XRP, getting that clarity and that certainty, it's very clear to me that XRP is being used by many companies as a currency. You've had the U.S. Department of Justice refer to XRP as a currency. You've had FinCEN refer to it as a currency. But you haven't yet had that clarity from the U.S. SEC.
I have to say, this year's been interesting. The rise of digital payments anyway, due to COVID. Some big investors throwing the towel in and saying, fine, I was a skeptic. I've changed my mind. Square,
Bueno, hasta aquí voy a dejar este directo ya que voy a publicar en el server de Jake que le acaban de hackear. Y ahorita voy a iniciar otro para ver qué pasa. Adiós.